there are people in the world suffering and have no way out, euthanasia could be the answer for the problem. My credibility, I have researched the topic myself for a while. And a tie to the audience would be maybe they have a friend or a relative that's suffering and just wants a way out of their pain. People should allow euthanasia as a sign of mercy. So what is happening that makes us think that we need to take action? People are suffering from illnesses and other things while there is a way out. Euthanasia gives people a way out where there is no hope. There are many people suffering in need of something to show them mercy, and euthanasia does that. Euthanasia isn't suicide, it's a peaceful way to die for those who have no other options. Euthanasia isn't allowed in most countries, and there isn't a strong enough reason why. Some symptoms of the problem are people suffering and their family members watching people deteriorate when there is no proper solution. Euthanasia will provide families with relief, and people on transplant lists can receive organs from those who have opted into euthanasia. So they get more viable options for people who have been on transplant lists for a long time. Euthanasia can help many people in need of something to take the pain away. Signs of this problem include suffering, for one, space that can be used in hospitals that people with incurable diseases have to take up space, whether it's pointless care at that point. They're just waiting to die. So it gives some of those people some peace. Picture this. One of your closest family members or friends is suffering from an incurable disease, and their dying wish is to be euthanized. Would you allow it? Euthanasia would solve the problems of people in pain and suffering from incurable diseases. Euthanasia gives people the opportunity to die with dignity and send relief to their families. It also gives them a chance to say goodbye, and like I said earlier, it's also helpful for people who are on transplant lists to get organs faster and better, healthier. Euthanasia satisfies the need of ending of suffering and gives peace to the person that wants to pass. How we can start implementing this solution, we can start letting people go when they are ready to give their families a chance to say goodbye. This also helps people waiting on transplant lists, like I said, they can receive organs faster and that they are healthier. Death is a private matter, and if there is no harm to others, the state and other people have no right to interfere. People have an explicit right to die, and people shouldn't be getting in the way of that. You have a right to live, and you have a right to die. So it's not fair that people can stand in your way of your wishes. A physician provides the patient with a means. This is how you would also implement the solution. A physician provides the patient with a means, such as a medication or injection, for the patient to kill him or herself. If no change is made, people will continue to suffer from incurable diseases and illnesses and still have no way out or no peace. 133 million Americans, nearly half the population, suffer from at least one chronic illness, and that number is expected to grow. As well as 133 million Americans being affected by a chronic illness, hospitals lose space to those who are suffering from incurable diseases and the time it takes to take care of them. Many people go into debt also with all the medical bills for that. Even though the care that they're providing them isn't going to make them any better. They're just sitting there waiting to die. And euthanasia gives them a way out. If changes are made, i.e. if we implement euthanasia, people suffering from incurable diseases will finally have a way out. Advocates of mercy killing argue that for patients who are in vegetative states with no prospect of recovery, letting them die prevents further needless and futile treatment efforts. So again, they don't take up space in hospitals where the space is very much needed for other patients. Having the ability to choose how you are going to die makes a difference, especially for terminal patients with less than 6 months to live, who must otherwise wait to die. So in conclusion, the call to action would be we need to legalize euthanasia. Euthanasia can be very important to families and suffering patients everywhere. People should have their own right to die in whatever way they please, especially terminally ill patients. We should legalize euthanasia for people suffering, looking for a way out, and for their families, and also for people who just are suffering from incurable diseases and don't have the will to live anymore. Euthanasia can potentially help hospitals with little space due to people with incurable diseases and give support and time to those who really need it. Euthanasia gives people the opportunity to have a say in the way they die and gives them a chance to die with dignity and bring peace to their families. So that is why euthanasia is a very important step or action that we need to legalize so that people can die with dignity and have a say in the way their life goes.